Okay.
Ugh.
Right, so, we're here.
Yeah,
What
we're
we
here.
talk about?
Do you want to make the introduction? We're recording now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, fucker,
Neil,
get off the phone. Get off your phone.
Get on your phone.
We can't afford a theme song, so we're kind of like just recording our own theme song. I'm guessing.
Again, if there is a jazz a cappella band out there, give us
I
a
know.
call.
Yeah, get involved. I'm Sean Skilly, and this is Neil Thompson. We're Narcoleptic. Two halves of Narcoleptic Care was it 2/3? Or something or other. I don't know.
Emily is a person.
Yeah.
Let's decide she's a person.
Yeah, we're part of Narcoleptic Cow. We are making. This is our third episode of the podcast,
Alright.
and we have a really good special guest. We have a special guest with us, which he's currently laughing right now. Yes,
It's inaudible. We blanked it out.
we could be honest and just say we found him on the street.
Well, a few years ago you would have. Know what I mean? Hard on.
So So Neil, would you like to introduce our man of the hour?
Yeah, what's up, man? So, what you working on lately?
Oh, tons of stuff.
You forgot to mention the name.
Man's a local filmmaker from, like, the 80s.
The 1880s. The 1980s cheeky person that you are. I take it we can't swear on this.
You can swear. Just,
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you didn't tell me to do that.
yeah, maybe just not like completely like go off the rails, but it's fine to sort of like say the usual
Natural.
yeah, you could say fuck, shit, piss, and
Whinge, fanny.
Well, maybe not that last one.
or maybe not. You can totally take it.
Only because I know my mother will.
But I've got to talk about actors though. Anyway.
You could just go. They're either a jerk or they're a they're massive dicks.
Just let's go, mate. Right.
Anyway, introduce our man.
So you just introduced me. I'll answer what you said. I'm a guy from the 80s. Yes. And no.
Yeah.
I started off making films in 1980, which is 40 years ago.
Jesus.
No, I'm Keith. Now, the thing is,
that's a what hell
that was on Super 8 Productions, and I just got carried away. I was like, all money that I was making.
What
was
was
going
your
in-
first film?
It was called Captain Tubby. It was a spoof Superman with my big fat pal who used to fly around the sky. Early special effects, the whole thing. It was absolutely amazing. We made quite a few. So, in 1982, an acquaintance of me and my friend Tubby, who were making the films, offered to hire us a car and hand over that car, and we could do anything we wanted to. So we went up to the car hire place, which I'll not mention, Herps, and we went. We're standing in line, and this beautiful new Ford Fiesta was there, and my pal says, "Will that one do you?" I'm like 17. I'm like, "No, it's for you, not for me." So anyway, we got in it, and it was just disastrous. So we decided on 8mm film, Super 8, to film what happened to us when we had this car that we shouldn't have been on the road with. And we went up north filming. That was called Up North, our film, and it's about us nearly having car crashes and all sorts. And my friends, we told our mums and dads that we were going away with older people. We were on an adventure. It was like a proper organised event, so we wouldn't, be questioned about it. So anyway, Tubby, he was like 14 or 15 at the time. I'm 17. We got the car and we're driving up north. We think we're great. We've got away with it already. And I was thinking, we'll get to the Forth Road Bridge, because this joke's went on too long.
Oh no.
And we'll turn back. Anyway, I just kept driving over the Forth Bridge. I didn't know how to turn back. So we just kept going up north. Hence the title of the film again. So, now Tubby's dad is a lorry driver. Ooh, that's bad if you're on the motorway. You're going up, not up past Perth. And then he's sitting in the passenger seat, and I look round, and he's ducking down into the alcove bit at the feet. I go, "What are you doing down there? Get back, get your seatbelt on." He goes, "I see my dad coming down in his truck on the other on the other side of the road." I'm like, "Shit, fuck it is." And he was like, had his big, summertime, had his big glasses on, his dad driving his big truck for Chancellor Mill. Big flower lorry, and he's like, double take. It was like a bad cartoon. It was like it couldn't have been native. We're like,
It was like an Elton John type.
So anyway, we nearly crashed the car and that, and we couldn't cook or fuck all. We stayed overnight. Just a wee quick story. My second film. We stayed overnight in this youth hostel right? And we didn't know how to cook. We were like 17. All we had for a weekend was 6 jam tarts and a pot noodle. We were fucking starving.
No.
Bad news. So anyway, it's now a most talked about caper from the past amongst my friends that we actually got away with it and all that. And we've got the film to prove it, to document us doing this bizarre act. And when you're 17, as you guys maybe know, sometimes you just got to fucking test how strong you are in situations, you know. But that was a stupid move, even though with my crazy record doing stuff, it was quite God, no do that type thing. So that was my second film. Then I went into doing when video arrived. I knew that I could hire video equipment from a video store in Stockbridge at £25 a night. But if I hired it on a Saturday, the shop was shut on a Sunday, I hand it back on Monday, so for 25 quid, I would have 2 days of production. Dun, dun, dun. VHS, huge big case, huge big camera. Didn't know a fucking clue how to work it. Got it home, pressed, VHS tape in it, top loading, and on we go. So what the fuck have we got to film? We made our version of The Young Ones.
Nice.
Once in every lifetime. Tubby, again, dressed as Vivian. We actually super glued stars on his head.
Oh no!
And during the filming of this thing, when he was dressed as Vivian, smashing up his house and that, it was just crazy. He was like fucking mental. Anyway, the stars began to burn into his skin because of the fucking glue. He was like crying with pain. You know? But as per usual, me being a kind, polite director, told him to shut the fuck up and keep acting. Anyway, that was that. So I got into making music videos for local bands and also filming live acts in the city centre. So from 1982, I've got some amazing footage of pub life in Edinburgh and the live scene at that time. A lot of bands aren't about now that were back then, you know. And then that progressed into me doing some serious training, which was Edinburgh Video Training Course, where the whole of Edinburgh was trying to go on this course. There was only 6 places on this course. And because I'd done all my video work amateurishly in the past, that opened the door for me having professional training, which was in BBC, and you had this team concentrating on you, so you could actually be expert in quite a few things. And after it, they would put a placement, you know, you would be placed in the BBC or they thought I was going to go into film production. I went, no, I want to go into music production. So they put me in a recording studio in Broughton, which was a big one. Planet and Big Bang Studios it was, owned by the well-known 80s band Fiction Factory. Your minds go blank there until I sing a couple of their tunes. You'll go, oh, them. Feels like heaven. Ding, 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 ding. Right, that's them, amongst others, right? So suddenly I know these guys from Top of the Pops, fucking hell, and they're showing me how to record music on this huge, like, space shuttle-sized mixing desk, you know. But what was impressive is what has impressed me all my life is not all this technical shit, because anybody can learn that. It's how people work. The people that I've been, associated with or watched working, worked like their life depended on it. You know, if they're recording music, they're like, it's like fucking brain surgery. They're like seriously concentrating. And I thought, that's what I have to learn. You can learn technical stuff through. You have to learn that aggressive work thing, you know, to make it good.
Yeah.
If you're going to do like a podcast, how fucking good can you make it? If you're going to make it like music or film or video, frame by frame, guys, you've got to really detailed know how to do it. You know. So, you know, since then, I've been up and down with that kind of way of thinking. I've been an absolute cunt of myself in production because you need to. You need to make some serious mistakes before you get a serious slap, before you say to yourself, I'm not going to do that again. You know. So I've rambled on there.
Yeah,
That's all right. It's good there.
Yeah, it's just wee bits and bobs of...
Out of like everyone we know, you probably have like the most experience in film.
Aye, it's been a bit strange, but that's because I've never given up. You know, I've never given up, and it doesn't matter what you do. If you don't give up on something, eventually something's going to happen. You cannot fail. You know, if you just, I mean, that's killed relationships I've had, jobs, you name it, fucking thrown to the wind because I can't get off For instance, I got paid a lot of money to do this job one time that I was quite good at, right? And I couldn't concentrate on the job because I was thinking, right, I've got to get on the internet and buy some rubber masks. I'm making a horror film. But the other side of my brain's like, you need to eat. You need to fucking keep this house, you daft fuck. But on the other hand, that mask would look good on that actor. So a complete schizophrenic kind of, it's always been a fight inside my head to do the right thing and to go fucking crazy. You know? And going crazy is always one.
Yeah.
So, but now that I know that, it's easy to live with myself. You know, because I know myself really well. The thing is, wee bit advice for anybody listening. If you want to do something, don't let anybody stop you from doing it. Because the thing I've learned is people around you that are jealous are the most dangerous people in your circle. Purely because anybody jealous of you will try and sabotage any dream you have. That might sound a bit callous, or, you know, that's it. The most golden experience I can actually convey to anybody is be careful what you're doing. And in your art, you know, whatever. For instance, fucking hell, I'm even getting bored listening to your fucking voice.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. Yeah, we don't really want to jump in and interrupt you because, like, you know, this.
No, just I was on a roll there. It's just that what happens is it's like editing. The blocks begin to start telling you what to say next. So I'm on a roll there. So at any time, just cut in and go, "What the fuck did you do that for? Why are you doing that?"
You know, I'm terrible at that. Like, whenever I talk to people, like, sometimes I'll have this, like, big role, like, say I talk about, like, a new movie or something, I'm like, oh yeah, this is really good, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden I'm like, and, oh no, oh dear! Like, I just suddenly become, like, more erratically brain dead as I just sort of go on. Yes. And then just sort of go, hold on, give me a second, I need to rethink what I just said there, and need to add some more words. It's like...
But if you do that before you go live on people, you know, because all good art is editing. If you can edit yourself, you know. So I'm even though I can ramble on forever, I don't want to ramble on forever. I'm trying to keep things in a wee nutshell for you. And when I talked about my second film there, I went, I've got on too long about that. But then again, it was a story of crime, as well as movie making, you know.
Yeah. That's a pretty good title for your new movie. A story of crime.
A story of crime. No, it's no.
Yeah, more biography title, probably?
No, my daughter says to me one day, I'm going to write a book about the fucking crazy stuff that you do. I'm like, that'd be quite good, because you're quite clever. You'd put it together quite well. And she says, I'm not going to do it until you're famous. I'm like, thanks, pal.
I mean, at least...
But that's the tip of the old block. It's like, I'm not moving unless I know it's going to happen, you know.
Nice.
So it's very quite clever and devious on her part.
It's scathing.
So I had this bizarre dream one time that I told my daughter, and she, because of this dream, named... If there was going to be a book about the silliest things I've got up to, this would be the title of the book. My dream was. I was in this field outside my old house when I grew up in West Granton. Tower Block City, you know, just like an open prison with grass. It was quite nice, believe it or not. But I had this dream that I was in my old house, outside my house, in this sort of grass area. And I looked down, and my whole body was in armour, like a knight. It was incredibly shiny, like if any of you guys have seen Excalibur, 1981, good film, John Boorman, anyway. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm wearing a shiny bit of armour. That's amazing. Wow. And I looked around, right, nothing happening. And then I looked down, and my shin opens up. There's a bit of metal. And my little brother, on a horse. What? Listen, my little brother on a horse escapes from my leg. And boom, the door shuts. And I look, and he's like, yeah. And the fucking horse that he's sitting on, this tiny wee thing, goes off into the distance. I'm thinking, what the fuck is happening here? So, my daughter says, the title of your book, if there ever was to be made one, is The Cowboy Stays in the Leg.
Oh, that's actually quite good.
That's because it's a bizarre title and there's a story behind it.
That's some Monty Python shit, right?
It's pretty crazy, yeah. So
we've got to make it happen.
Leg opens up. My brother escapes on the horse. On the leg.
That's
what the fuck is happening now? Some psychologists listening to this maybe in years to come will go, the guys are not to lock them up.
Imagine that's an interesting route to go. Like interesting dreams that people have had. Like really recently, I had this really vivid dream. Which
keep it clean now.
No, it's not like that.
Was it a dry one?
Yeah. Anyway, so this dream, it's pretty crazy, and I think I could probably like write a script and probably turn it into a horror thing.
Are you sure?
Except
Like,
I probably won't do that because the premise is so fucking stupid.
Are you sure? Because
No,
something.
that's good. No, because dreams are unedited.
Yeah.
What's the dream? Tell me.
Okay, so
Go on.
so what happens is I don't remember why, but like it's like the morning, and I've gone through to my neighbors. So like I'm in his house, I'm making breakfast, and then his family's sat there, and he comes in, he's like sat down with them, but then another person who looks exactly like him comes in, and like the instant I see him, the two of them start fighting each other. They're like bashing each other with pans and shit, and then I don't know what the fuck's going on. We go outside, and like the back of our house has now become a wood. It's like a vast thicket, basically. And right in the distance, there's like this cocoon-looking thing. It's all like white and spidery and shit like that. And my dad goes up to investigate that. And then I look over to like just at the edge of the wood. There's like this rock that starts to move, and it starts like coming up on legs. It's like a crab. It starts moving around. Starts coming. Like loads of them start doing that. And then we start seeing people all around us, like people who've got like this kind of face.
Jesus.
It's like happy kind of shit.
It's like an orgasm face.
And they're all staring at us and like closing in. So it's got like that kind of Invasion of the Body Snatchers kind of idea going on.
Yes.
And then like some of them get close. The smaller rock-looking crab thing is like creeping up towards us, and we're running. What the fuck do we do here now? And then this one guy, he looks at us and he says, "No, you eat it."
Ooh.
And so what I think is that what the story in my brain is going for, right, is that these crabs are some kind of parasitic aliens that after you eat them, they take over your body. So me and my sisters, we just dart out of there, we run the fuck away, and then I wake up.
Oh.
It's like some crazy shit that I have no idea where it came from.
I mean, that's what happens with like dreams. Sometimes like they'll just sort of like pop up in your head like whenever, and then you have to, and then like either the best or worst part about it is that you try to decipher it, and either the worst part is that you have no idea what it means. Best part, shut the fuck up. Best part of it being that trying to tell a fucking story, piece of shit.
I actually timed that because you usually interrupt people. Sean, I got my van driver outside.
Oh,
Time it. I says when his head starts bobbing up and down at that window, press your horn.
yeah, it's not. It's quite easy to see. It's bald, more bald than me. Anyway, so when it comes to like the best part of the dream is that when you start to decipher it and you become your own like Sigmund Freud, you sort of like digest. Okay, I must have been feeling this way. I must have been feeling that way. And you kind of like decipher some stuff. The best part is that either it's some really goofy reason, like, oh yeah, that happened, and you know, it's kind of manifest into this.
Yeah, you can understand why it happened. Neil's dream was a bit like, somebody been pregnant, somebody eating wrong food. What's happening with your neighbours?
I don't fucking know.
Do you have a hatred? But the worst part is that like when you decipher it, and there is a weird trauma element to one of them, and you're like, fucking, I don't want to like discuss that. It's weird.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I do know what you mean.
Yeah, and like not to bring up like trauma into it, but like I've had a couple of weird dreams recently where like that involved a sort of trauma related incident, and just I won't go into detail what they are just because they're quite distinctive, and I don't want to like ramble on about my personal life in this podcast,
Anticlimax.
Fucking so and it's very strange, very weird. It's like your brain trying to figure shit out,
Of course.
and like how it's like you interpreting your own narrative in the world, where like it's digesting what this meant, what that meant, and what the relationship you have with this person is, and all this stuff. It's interesting, and then sometimes you just get into some really weird, goofy shit. Where like I remember I had a dream once that involved talking dogs at one point.
I've been away a few.
I've had those, yeah.
Like there was like I can even remember the name. I can even remember the names that the dogs had. There was one. I don't remember the name of one, but like spoke in a really weird southern like, "Hey, tell him I'm a good boy, Martha." And the other one was called Peoples.
Oh, I like
And it started to like scream in this like dream. I don't remember the whole thing. The whole thing I wrote down. It's like an epic narrative piece.
Too many cartoons.
And it's a very it's like an epic narrative piece.
Danny.
I would have
Danny boy.
I would have two pet dogs called one Hannah, the other one Barbaro.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But yeah, sometimes you get those dreams that are like super fucking weird, but they're like great.
But James Cameron had an amazing dream while he was in Italy with a flu fever, and he dreamt of a robot coming out of a pile
I know
of
the story.
ashes. There we go. And he started jotting it down, and it became the Terminator. So, without dreams, there would be no Terminator. Okay? Do it now.
Do it now! Get into the chopper!
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
So it wasn't... I mean...
Do it now.
I mean, let's be honest, it's probably the best dream you ever thought of in a long time anyway.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yes,
so, fucking knows what happened when he was dreaming the Avatar. Fucking hell. Must have been on his holidays then.
Must have been wanking a lot about it. Like,
That's,
yes, blue people.
We've been watching too much of the Smurfs, that cunt. Anyway.
That's
Back to the movies.
That's a joke that South Park once made. They made a parody of Avatar, except it was Smurfs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
That was like the whole movie, the whole episode.
Aye. It makes sense now. Yeah. So, quickly, first film you saw ever?
First ever, Jesus.
Oh, keeps taking
Jesus,
over.
right.
Keeps taking over.
I think I know what it is as well, but you're not going to like it.
First ever movie.
Go on.
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Jizz.
I mean, to be fair, that was like the first film
Muscles.
that was like the first film I saw in cinemas. My first film I saw at home. Just because, you know, I was an autistic baby. I couldn't exactly like go to like the cinema because, you know, I had that loud noise and just fucking... Yeah, I was there when it happened. It was very annoying.
What was your first film?
First ever film was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, scary. Yeah, fucking terrifying thing.
The OG Disney.
Yeah, like that was like my mum was a huge Disney fan because like to sort of entertain me and my brother and sister, she put on like a lot of these Disney films. So a lot of my film knowledge before getting into more of the movie stuff came from a lot of Disney stuff. So in a sense, while I don't really care much about their products that much anymore, except for the franchise stuff like Marvel and stuff and Star Wars, it's just sort of mostly came into like some of this Disney animated stuff being like my introduction to the film, shall we say. And it went from like, you know, Disney to Pixar to I think the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff to eventually just more a mixture of a hodgepodge of other things. I think it wasn't until I saw either Goodfellas or Inglourious Bastards or Pulp Fiction where I was just like, right,
but again,
I love
that
movies.
Depending on what age and stage you're at, different movies will appeal.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a term being thrown around a lot. One that my friend uses whenever he's talking about Electronic Arts, which is a video game content. He calls them Unicron. It's after the Transformers, massive antagonist. He basically eats planets, and that's the kind of idea because Electronic Arts keeps eating up small studios and then crushing them. That's kind of the relationship I have with Disney nowadays.
That's like companies operate, you know.
Yeah, it's like you can't deny that Disney has had a presence. They have been around since the 1930s, and they did have a massive influence on animation at the time. They were one of the first studios to get into that, and they did it very successfully. But now they've just become a corporate juggernaut that seems to eat everything else.
Yeah.
It's a machine,
Yeah, a lot of people tend to get mad about that. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to be one of those like shills that's like, don't be mad at Overlord, how dare you? Like, it gets to a point where like some people get really super passionate and mad about it. Like, I'm sort of like, but who fucking cares?
Because
we're all gonna die anyway.
Because for some people, they own all the companies where these people get all of their entertainment, and they don't believe that one company, one collection of people should have control over what they watch. They don't like that idea, because then you get into like 1984 kind of ideas.
Well, it really is because of all this digital stuff even we're doing. As we've got the freedom to make anything that we want.
Yeah.
Depends on who wants to see it, and we've got the outlet of YouTube and other things, like you guys have got, to exploit that. So we're actually in luxury times, but people don't realise they're luxury times.
Yeah, we try to keep things.
I'll get in a wee time machine and go back to my corrupt early 1980s, and you will be starved for fucking stimulation because there was no technology, there was no cameras, nothing. Unless you were incredibly rich to proper cine stuff.
Yeah, the connections and all that sort of stuff, and even and all the other like mumble jump. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I didn't even know what I was going to say. We just fucking died.
No, it's just again this whole technology thing. This technology has grown. It's opened up the world. You know, because years ago I would have to bribe, steal, or sneak into an editing suite to cut a film on videotape that I'd made on videotape, that I'd stolen the camera or something to make the film.
Yeah.
So it's like highly stressed filmmaking, you know. And I thought, right, if I survive all that shit, and I'm willing to do films with this amazing lack of technology, because you're fighting quality as well. VHS. Who the fuck wants to film in VHS? That was an option, an only option in the 80s. Then it went to 8, high 8, and then in the 2000s I got the first mini DV cam. And I was like, fucking quality of that. A couple of years later, boom, dead, and it's raced from HD, as you know, and all that stuff up until what we've got now, 4K. And our film that we made it on 4K, but a wee camcorder, but the look is pretty good, all things considered. That's how we can make feature films for nothing. Because of technology. But back in the day, it would not be a fucking option at all. Same with music.
Yeah, it's amazing just the amount of filmmakers you're getting nowadays who are arriving
I wouldn't say so, no, because just because you've got all this technology free at hand, you've not got really good filmmakers because the teaching isn't there for them to make the films. If you could actually gen people up. What is the capital of Australia?
Alright, we'll have to cut this.
It's not actually Sydney, I don't think. I think that's just their largest. We'll probably get into
What were your guys' early technological stuff? You got cameras, and you got yourself your HD camera.
Yeah.
And then that's changed things, because you're able to make your own films rather than borrow it for the college. So.
Yeah, luckily we never had to do that.
But I think stuff like colleges and that are a complete waste of fucking time. Because if you've got some technology you bought from Cash Generator and you've plugged into YouTube and you concentrate on learning on YouTube, goodbye college. You're a fucking filmmaker in a week.
Yeah.
How do you know that? Because I've taught at colleges and it's a fucking waste of time, as I told you before. Unless you want to chat up girls because they're all corralled there, that's great. Or whatever. Eat yogurts and chat cunts up, great. Shag, magic, nights out, fantastic. Social life, great. But you're not going to learn nothing. Not these days. But apart from that, wish you all the best. Who's this postman?
I think that's kind of the idea. Anyone can get themselves a camera, but unless you can get your hands on some really interesting stuff which you can use to manipulate that camera, and then also what you get off of that camera, then it doesn't really count for much.
Yeah, like I said, to Keith Larry, despite the eruption, we're getting a lot of great filmmakers lately, a lot of new up and coming talents, not only just using the camera, but just sort of using all these technological aspects to sort of further their careers. There are two filmmakers in particular that I'd like to mention: Robert Eggers and the Safdies. The Safdies were the people who made Uncut Gems, or Eggers being the guy who made The Lighthouse and the Witch. Eggers is a director that goes back into classic old horror film territory to sort of get what he wants to make. But the Safdies are this incredible case where it's like watching two filmmakers in the 70s, in modern times. They've been at it for years. They made short films since the 2000s, and I think they didn't make it big until Good Time came out with Robert Pattinson. And now people are now starting to pay attention to them, and now they're getting all this great publicity and stuff. Uncut Gems is their most popular film. And I find, when you watch them in interviews and talk to them, they're really passionate about movies and all that sort of stuff. There's so much content there that they made throughout the 2000s. Even the little film they made, it's quite incredible. So you are getting a lot of filmmakers who, while some might not learn about some might not learn about the teachings of film, you'll still get some that'll just go in there and be right, you're going to make a film that's going to involve all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. Or you'll get one that'll go, okay, I'm going to go full on hardcore and make a film that's going to be in this aspect ratio, all black and white, 2 people only. Done, that's your film. So you're getting a lot of directors who, no matter who they are, making amazing content and art, essentially. Some might not get the full teachings of films, but that's okay. You don't have to be... You can still learn it. You have to be a magical expert on it. Even if you don't know exactly how it works, you can still make a movie. And I think that's I think it's one of the reasons why I love it so much, because I don't really know a whole lot about fucking cameras. I just know how to put it on and just go, okay, here we go. But besides from, I know it's terrible, but besides from that, I just think it's one of the reasons why I love it so much in terms of wanting to get into filmmaking, because you can make the world according to you, in a sense, no matter.
To a degree.
To a degree.
What? How do you see your filmmaking? When you started off making a film, if you had bad experiences, if so, what did you learn from that?
Well, I want to try to be vague because there are some stories where I don't want to sound like I'm throwing people under the bus, because I'm not that sort of guy.
No.
I don't
make it a tank. Do a good job.
When it comes to okay, no, the comment. That's a good one. But yeah, I'm not a sort of guy. I don't like doing that shit. I have made short films that I remember particularly tend to great. It actually got to a point where I don't really want to direct that much anymore. I'll probably still be going at it because, like, me and Neil will go our channel going. I'll probably still go at it because we can't exactly hire any other directors, for free especially, because, like, you know.
Yeah, it's hard enough getting actors to show up.
It's more about if you can show up and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so when it comes to, like, some of the stuff I remember I made a short film one time that was a very weird concept about this, like, guy who was on a date, and he leaves the state to sort of go on this very long, self-reflective walk. And it was going to be like a very ambitious like thing. I got a script ready and everything. There was like a club that wanted to take it and like help make it. So I was pretty cool. It started becoming one of those like things where like I fucked up immediately on the first like day. The first day, the shot. Sorry, I completely got to word this because it's quite your pub. I decided to do a one take for the first shot, and Jesus Christ, it was exhausting. To a point where, like, you have to keep in mind all the continuities and everything. Like, this came out, I was making it in the time after I saw Birdman, and I thought, fucking, I can do that. That's easy. It turns out there's a lot more choreography involved.
But that's it. That's good that you did that, because how do you know how complicated things can be unless you try them?
Yeah.
What looks good and natural is not the case when you come to film it for real.
Yeah, like, when you film it, I kind of felt like if Alejandro...
What's a pile of things that can happen? Technical stuff. Oh, we did record sound. Oh, I forgot to switch the camera on. Oof. That actor fucked his lines. Why is it raining? Why are these junkies jumping in front of my camera? Where's this perfect tracking shot you were talking about?
Yeah, like, that's it. Like, luckily we didn't have anyone jumping out the camera, but it was, like, raining and everything. It was all those, like...
So that did happen.
Yeah, it was, like, fucking raining, oh my god!
You changed the script to the rain, that's good.
But then...
More dramatic.
Yeah, but we sort of, like... But then as the filming went on, it kind of became less of my movie and more theirs, which I don't really blame them. I was, like, fucking a very...
But that's it. You learn if you want to be a director or not.
Yeah, exactly. I was a very inexperienced at what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And obviously, it'd be kind of easy to get mad and be like, how dare you steal my creative vision? Like, here's the thing though, your creative vision could be shit. Well, and these guys are more or less trying to help you. I don't mean to go that extreme.
No, the thing is, there's two things. There's you as a sort of calm filmmaker with a methodical idea, and then you've got your enemy inside your head, your ego. What you think you are and what you are totally different. And that's what you learn in your life as you go, I better get a hold of this fucking ego cunt. Mm-hmm. Because he's making me think I'm the fucking business and I can do anything. But reality dictates that that's not the case.
Yeah, your own worst enemy.
Yeah,
you can actually really fuck your life up if your ego's like, Spielberg! Reality is, no Berg.
Yeah.
Iceberg. Fuck Goldberg.
Yeah, at best you could...
Goldberg.
I think at best you have to like do is just sort of like take those as inspirations and don't put yourself up to those standards.
No, what you do is you go through a life where you have some serious fucking mistakes.
I think that everyone...
And your ego's like, shouldn't have done that, eh? That's right. Yeah.
I think that everyone has to try directing at least once, because then they find out how much work it is. And more to the point, once you like go on the director, you're kind of managing everything that comes underneath the film, and so you can actually figure out what parts of it you like and what parts you don't like. And I think that's what's happened with me and Sean, is that we do want to make things, but we want to focus on very specific parts. Like he's talking about doing the more writing side. I wouldn't mind continuing to direct, but I think I would more like to focus on cinematography, because I'm quite liking the like camera work kind of aspect.
You can do the cinematography thing, because if you're directing a shot and you're a cinematographer, you've not got somebody to battle against saying you want this particular shot, when a cinematographer says no, it shouldn't be like that, you shouldn't use that lens, it'll not be lit like that. What I do is I cut arguments out of the equation. I'm going to fight me any cunt apart from myself in my head. You know, and it's a harder job to do, but as I've learned from horrible mistakes of employing paying good money for the wrong people that were sabotaging it. So I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to be a one-man band. But you have to know what you're doing to be a one-man band, and it's been a fucking struggle. But now it's a breeze, it's quite easy.
How many films have you made just by yourself?
Oh, too many to mention, actually. Again, I had this job working with kids.
I know of 3.
With social, emotional behavioural difficulties, and I had to make about 3 films a week.
Jesus.
3 films a week. So not only am I dealing with difficult kids, you know, I mean, this is, the job was, I was to go into a school and get the so-called bad kids and sort them out.
Oh, right.
Right? Change them about. They're punching the fuck out of teachers, You know, I walked into a classroom and somebody had a pair of scissors up at the teacher's neck one time.
Christ.
And instantly I had to go, what the fuck are you doing? We're making a film. Leave that teacher alone, blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, fucking sorry, Keefe. Aye, just sit down in your seat. Fucking idiot. And I would talk like that to school kids because they understood the language from the streets type thing.
Yeah.
And once I came out with the nonsense that I come out with, they all shut the fuck up and listened. They were quite entertained by me being quite jaggy, you know. And so I would be dealing with kids like that, where I was in locked units, schools that were locked units, boom, kind of like security. And my job was to get them to think differently about and get them to make something creative so they can go, oh, I can do something with my life. I can act, I can work a camera, I can try and direct and write something. So I would go in and do that. But I overloaded myself because I got a bit excited about the job I was doing, as per usual. But, my fuck, what a learning process. And the learning process was nothing to do with making a film. It was being able to control groups of difficult people instantly. That's a skill I had to learn.
Yeah.
And if I've got a group of difficult people in front of me, I'm expert at disabling the whole thing. Through years of fucking serious thinking about how to do it. And just, again, I've had people just throwing things at me and making, walk into a classroom and everybody's screaming. I mean, we're going to make a film today, I need people that's shouting over people and they're throwing things, and it was like walking into a fucking riot, and I had to control it. So the next week I had to visit these kids that were causing a riot in the class, and I stopped my car outside the fruit shop. Right? And what did I do? I went over and got a huge fucking bunch of bananas, right? I walked into the classroom and started throwing the bananas at the kids. And because it was early morning and they were hungry, they're eating the bananas. And because people are eating bananas, they're not making a noise. They're eating bananas. They're not jumping up and down, wrecking the fucking classroom. And I said to them, now that I've got some peace and quiet, I'm going to tell you we're going to make a film today when you're eating your fucking bananas, right? If you behave like monkeys, I'll fucking feed you like monkeys. Ooh. And that's where I started. And they loved that. They were pissing themselves laughing. And when you entertain a crowd, you win them over. And they listen and they give something back. So I made some amazing films on the cuff. 3 films a week I would have to make. Yeah. So I'd be shooting it. Well, we'd plan it, shoot it, edit it, screen it. And when we screened it in the film house. This wasn't like, let's see it in the classroom TV. This is like, no. My organisation will pay to get your film in the cinema. You invite all your friends and family over and we can show them what you can do. You're a wee arsehole that rips up things in the fucking house. You're a nightmare at school. You're being blacklisted. But you've got a talent and you can show them in the cinema. And that was part of my job, to screen every month or something in the cinema. And it changed people's lives. You've got some wee guy that's not feeling good about himself. Suddenly he's on a big screen in a cinema. And all his friends are like, I didn't ken you could do that. His esteem goes woof through the roof. Instantly, switches them on, changes his life, or her life. So, but because I got excited about the power I had at changing people's lives on a grand scale, I overdid it. I would have 5 groups a week. I'm a fucking nutter because if I like something, I like it. Full fucking through the night, What do you mean you're sleeping? Get up! We've got a film to make. so I did that for years, but I burnt myself out with it. It just got to me. And then I thought, right, there comes a time where I was turning 40 back in the day. When the fuck was it? 2004. I thought, I've got to do something. So I stopped work. I sold my house. And I made a lot of money. I had £70,000 in my hand. From having nothing all my life, suddenly the nest egg of £70,000. And I thought, right, you only live once.
Where did you sleep?
No, I actually used it. Right, what happened was, it was not a long-term plan, it was a short-term plan, because the funders in Scotland will not fund Scottish people. I found that out. Secretly taped. The powers that be that have got the money to develop people like me, and they wouldn't do it because they've got their pals down in London and all that coming up, production companies.
I've seen that shit happen.
Right, that's right. We're talking about corporate corruption. Now, I was innocent. I was thinking, I'm going to get developed off these guys, Scottish Screen or whatever it was at that time. And they got me in a wee office and he goes, we don't like who you're with. I goes, what are you with? if you break away from the people that you're going to make this film with, we might consider developing you on your own. Little did they know that little Keithy Spielberg here had a microphone recording every word they said.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, indeed. It shut a company down because of my espionage. I saved a company because they had to get out of business. Anyway, it's a long story. I don't want to
You're
get too.
a ballsy motherfucker.
No, sometimes you just get to go, I've got to tape this. Something's not right. I smell shit. I'm going to fucking get to the. I was angry because I want to make films, and these corrupt cunts are stopping me from doing it. Fuck it. Anyway, so I went through all that kind of corruption, or witnessed corruption, that I wasn't going to get any money to make a film. So what do? If you really want to make a film, generate your own money. So my fucking sick brain went, how do you make a lot of money? The ego part says, piece of pish, right? How is it a piece of pish at night time? I said, what you do, right, is you get a really well paid job. No, listen. Right, listen, make it quick. And then you buy a house. Right, no, you say, right, a full-time job. House, right, okay. And then what? Then you sit on the house, you play the Edinburgh property game, you sell the house, make a lot of money, then you go into production. Do you think that'll work? Well, give it a fucking try. Okay then. And that's exactly, it worked to an unfortunate. It's quite disturbing when you have bizarre big plans like that and they work. You get a bit of a fright. Then you go, hey, I'm a smart arse. You go, fuck, this shit's dangerous. The stuff that I can dream up, and it happens. It's quite dangerous.
Yeah, like a wildfire act above a volcano and whatnot.
Well, no, it was more scary than that.
Ooh.
Because you're dealing with your life. You're dealing with comfort and constant food and entertainment for your life, or the streets, if it goes wrong. Oops. So that's what I did. So I had this good job, and one day I said to my boss, I'm packing this in. No, you're the guy that's running the shit. We've got everybody writing in. They want to work with you, all the kids, because I've worked with them for years. And I'll come back into this game maybe one day, but I've got to do something for myself. What are you going to do? I says, listen to this. Great idea. This is at a meeting at my work. They're like, because I was always pissing away money. I'm like, fuck, just an utter stuff I would spend money on. And someone I worked beside, poisonous piece of shit, said to me, oh, and you're not going to store your money away for a rainy day? It's raining now, motherfucker. Get the money spent, let's go. Because you're sitting there moaning about the money you're storing away. What are you got to do with it? Fuck all. I'm going to make films. This is at a works meeting. They're all like, this guy's crazy. And I was, but I was loving it. I'm going to make, how are you going to make films? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to sell my house. They're like, no! I had a beautiful big 3-bedroom Victorian tenement fucking flat. It was stunning. Beautiful big house. And I got it cheap because I'm a wido, right? Sat in it for 3 years, it doubled in price, sold it. And now I'm sitting with 70,000 quid. What I'm going to do? Well, what I did was I went into the city centre and fucking rented a luxury penthouse for a year. Money up front, there you go. So suddenly, from having a job and a house, I had a better house in the city centre and a lot of money. But I had to get moving on it, right? So I was going to make a horror film, which in hindsight was quite a bad thing to do.
The sacrifice.
The sacrifice thing,
Ooh, the sacrifice saga, if we can call
and
it
that.
No.
You know what? That's another podcast. Seriously, I mean, it's fucking... That is real education.
Yeah, for some background, Keith told us a story about like what we call the sacrifice saga of like back when. Definitely requires a podcast of its own. It's quite a hell of a story.
Have you seen it?
The Sacrificed.
Yeah, what you should do, we should watch it one day and then you can do a wee podcast on it and really shit at it. I hate it, but I loved the experience. I loved actually roasting my fucking ego over hell scolds. You learnt enough now, you cunt. And I said, aye, a wee bit. How do you mean a wee bit? I've learned a lot then. Okay then, I'll let you go. So, now I didn't spend fortune. I mean, that sacrifice, I was throwing money away. I threw a bag of money. I threw £10,000 in a bag at a guy. And pal. And I says, when that's finished, come back, I'll give you more. He's like, no, we can't spend this. I goes, fucking, anybody comes up to you, this is Jordan, I'm outside a mansion, I've got cameras everywhere and actors flown in from Europe, smoke machines and people with pyrotechnics and blood effects and all the rest of it around me. And I threw 10 quid to this guy and I says, when that comes back, finish it. If somebody wants something to eat, if they need buy something, if they need a taxi, if they need fucking somewhere to live, get it out of that bag now. And come back to me when it's fucking empty, because I will give you another bag. But because he's a genius and he knew I was a fucking nutcase, he husbanded the money and would be incredibly clever with it. So he saved me a fortune. But all in all, it cost me about £13,000 to make a dream. I thought it was a nightmare. Production. I mean, the film is absolute shite. I mean, absolutely, because I went to war without a plan. You cannot make a film without a script. Now, back in the day, I was like, scripts, I didn't want to hear about, I can't write scripts. That was the loose link in my chain, because I had no respect for writing. I had to learn how to write, which made me a better filmmaker, because it's all about writing, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
All about writing, the whole thing. If it's good on a script, if your script is foolproof, show it to your pals. That's shite. See that bit where that person gets, oh, right, okay. But if you can make it bulletproof, you can't help but make a good film if the script is good.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of films and TV series and all forms of entertainment, most of the time when they're being made, they're built off of an already published book, because
well, that's an easy option if you can option the book, eh?
Yeah,
well, that's good, because the book, it doesn't get published until it's first been drafted, but then second drafted, then looked at an editor. Like, multiple people have had looked over the script. They've taken little bits and pieces out of it. They've given it a whole load over. It's been looked over multiple times, as opposed to a film where it's you just make it, put it out, and see what happens.
Well, I mean, I stupidly, there's two things that happened to me that made me make big mistakes, bad advice. That was me watching the making of Apocalypse Now, Francis Ford Coppola, genius film, and he said one thing during an interview. He says, if you've got $1,000 and you fucking throw that $1,000 at something, you can make it feel like $10,000. If you have $1,000 and you sit with it, eventually it'll dissolve in your hand, because you'll be buying Mars bars and stuff at Greg's, blah blah blah. It'll go away. But if you have this chunk of money and throw it at something in one go, you can make it feel like $10,000. And I was like, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you, mate. Sitting beside my pile of money at the time, thinking, what am I going to do with this? Fucking idiot.
As you command, my lord.
Exactly.
Lord Francis has acquired it. I must do as he says.
But there was a bit of that, but it was on the money. It was. I thought, right, okay, let's fucking throw big bits of money about and see what happens. And it does have impact. It does. One thing is, people around me were in trauma about how I was spending money. Now, me being a sick fuck, as you might know, is I was like, what would happen if I threw £10,000 at something? I would watch their face. Someone's like, oh, you're skinty, yeah? I'm burning a tenner in front of you. They're like, no, didn't do that. What you doing? So I got a lot of that. Other people pulling me aside going, don't tell me this. What are you doing? I said, I'm making a film. They can't see that, all I've wanted to do in my life is make a feature film, make a film, And it's so powerful that caused a massive bit of destruction in my life. Bad news. But again, I've learned. I can't even be doing what I'm doing now if I didn't go through that disastrous process. Take the cutlery out my back. Everybody stabbing me in the back, stealing stuff off me, stealing money, equipment, not showing up, trying to disturb my fucking production. So I had 11 days to make that horror film. 11 days. And I had everybody against me. I watched. It was like actually having a pile of £13,000 and all it cost me. It was like watching £13,000 burn in front of your eyes. Jeez. It is fucking painful.
So instead of the opposite of like for a couple of saying throw against the wall, it's more like
it's like throw it into the fire, right? Rather than throw it against. But in saying that, so what happened was I had a horrendous production, and then this weird ego bit kicked in again, and it went, finish the film anyway, but try and be really clever with it. And then try and sell it. I'm like, that'll not work. I've not got a fucking film here. Anyway, it took me a year to edit the whole horror film and add new bits to it and bolt it on. And then I thought, I'll send it to this film festival, which was the New York International Film Festival, for a laugh. Right. Chucked it away and boom, got a phone call. Hey, I'm Mr. Bradley. I go, is this somebody fucking winding me up? Who is it? It's Olga Sobol from the New York International Film Festival. Sure it is. Who the fuck is this? It's Olga Sobol from the New York. So you say, if you are who you say you are, send me a fucking email. And she did. I'm like, oh my god, you've won first prize as best horror. I'm like, this is a shite. How can a shite film win a fucking major prize?
I mean,
We love all the gothic castle stuff and the special effects.
Oh yeah, like America, it doesn't have castles in it, not real ones.
Apparently, yes.
I mean, if you're sending it to a film fest, you're going to get some people who are going to be like, you're going to get some people who are going to be like, oh, this is terrible, and some are going to be like, what is this trying to say?
This
The
is-
castles and the effects.
Well, it's a bit of a weird film, I'll be honest with you, because it doesn't even look right to me, but to Americans it might look fucking great. I was trying to make it like an old Hammer horror film. You know, like, because he just had an old house and he would make as many films as he could in that old house. So I went that route. But you cannot go to war unless you've got a plan, right? And I didn't have a script when I started this feature film. I had like 10 pages. But because I'm used to working with the kids are like on fire. Oh, what about if I do that? Oh, that's great. Say this to him, then run across there. Do that. Great. It worked like that. I thought adults would do the same. They don't like not having a script.
Yeah, that's kind of what you expect, and then you get to the realistic aspect of it, where it's like, hey, where's your storyboards, your script? You're like, oh, I have a script or storyboards.
I've got an idea what I want to do.
Yeah, I don't have one or the other, and people are gonna like,
Now the thing is, that's right. If you don't have a script, even if it's a shit script, you've lost your actors. Because actors are like, this guy's making a film without a script. You've lost their confidence. Because they think you're a fucking arsehole for not having a script. And they were right. Totally right.
Yeah, there's an animator that I watch quite a lot, and he keeps getting better over time, and he keeps looking back at stuff that he's done, and he keeps saying to himself, if I'd spent a little bit longer on that, I could have made it better. But bad animation is better than no animation.
Yes, very true. Aye. But if his story's good, doesn't matter about the animation, really. To the degree. But again, that I've learned so much. I was actually telling this girl a few days ago about the filmmaking process, and I had to boil it down so my wee anecdotes must make impact. And I went into this. It goes, right, making up films like going to war. Imagine you're subscribed into the Vietnam War, right? You're standing in front lines. There's a fucking jungle in front of you, and the colonel says, "On you go." What am I got to do? Oh, I just wing it. If you find somebody hiding behind a fucking tree, just shoot them, right? On you go. Right, okay. That person's dead within a few minutes. The jungle will kill them before the Vietnam people will. So you've got to go into war. You have a war plan, and that's your script. And if your war plan's weak, you're wasting your time. But if you've got people that you trust around you that can validate the war plan by saying, that's a good script, the strongest part of that is, or the weakest part is that, and you work on it until it's watertight, and then you think about making a film. You cannot make a film without a script, a good one, you know. So I've done that before. I've advised friends that have spent lots of money, £36,000, on trying to copy what I did, and it was shit from the start. I grabbed the script. I'll not go into detail who this is. I looked at the script. There was a feature film they were making, and on the first page, I closed it. I looked at him and said, you can't make this. It's okay. It's not okay. I'm going to fight you here. I'm going to save you money. You can't. I've been through it before. Don't make this film until this script is fucking amazing. Because right now it's shit. And if you're going from a shit plan, the shit film will arrive, you know? And it did.
Oh, no.
It's the only screening I've been to where the audience have heckled the screen.
Oh,
And then the acid started boiling in my stomach as I remember me grabbing that first page before this film hit the screen. Do not make it. They're not making films anymore. You'll be surprised to hear. But again, I think filmmakers are born, believe it or not. You know, it's in you from a wee kid, and it burns away at you, and then you have to do it. It depends on how strong the filmmaking thing is inside. I was making films before I was making films. I'm a fucking nutter. I went to see Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee film, when I was 11. My dad sneaked me in because there was a cinema in Musselburgh, the Musselburgh Playhouse, in the 1970s were desperate for cash. They would let anybody in. X certificate, 18. In you go! As long as you didn't vomit or fucking scream, in you go.
Yeah, go and see the ultimate family film, Enter the Dragon.
Because it was a private cinema, they were like wanting money. They wouldn't give a fuck about the good old days, nowadays. Anyway, so I heard about this, of course. My ear to the ground about corruption. Dad, I can get into the cinema. Didn't be fucking silly. It's 18. It's an X. I know, but it's a private run cinema and they're corrupt. He said, get in the van, we're going.
Like you saw the gears in his head turning like...
No, he's like, right, fuck it, let's take it. So anyway, there I was, 11-year-old, physically shaken in my seat. Because I'm thinking in 18, or an X at the time it was, it's going to be really adult and scary for me. That's why they protect me, because it's a film I shouldn't be seeing. So I'm sitting there shaking with excitement and nerves and fear. And then there was a double bill. It was Five Fingers of Death, which is a brilliant film, King Boxer, and then Enter the Dragon. Oh my God. That's what changed my life and wanted me to make films, was seeing this Enter the Dragon, brilliantly edited, beautifully looking Kung Fu film. So I was a bit obsessed with Kung Fu at the time, so that married in with the filmmaking thing. Went home, super excited, told all my friends at school, I saw Enter the Dragon last night. Fuck off, it's an 18, you can't see that. I saw it last night, fuck off, nobody would believe me. Anyway, so what I started doing is the people I stayed beside, my sort of neighbours, friends, young guys, is I was Bruce Lee. Dun dun dun. I painted myself up with the scratches on the face, Enter the Dragon style, and block by block I would work through all these neighbours, young guys, and I would reenact scenes from Enter the Dragon. And right from that moment I knew how to fucking block a scene. Right, he comes in, you hit him, you duck, you jump, and then you hit that guy, and then I come in and I throw you over my shoulder, boom boom. So it was like a theatre show. And what happened is in the old housing scheme that I lived in, there was a big giant square, concrete square, where people played football in that, and all the neighbours would watch, kind of like some kind of fucking open prison. And that would be my Bruce Lee show, 11, and I was just goofing about. I was so into blocking it because I thought, I've got to make Kung Fu films. This is so important. I've got to make films like this. But I can't have a camera, so I'm going to fucking do it anyway. And get all these neighbours are like, oh, no, I can't be arsed today. You're fucking doing it. I convinced them to do it. And I learnt my power of persuasion to get people to do exactly what I want. In that moment, I was 11. So anyway, years go by and I got a DHL parcel delivered to me about 5 years ago. I was staying in Trinity with Rachel. Anyway, this guy jumps out of a van with a parcel. I think it was a new computer ordered or something. Opened the door. I signed for it. There you go, mate. And he looked at me. How did you recognise this guy, this old guy? Are you Keith Bradley? I went, I'm trying to think what the fucking, how does he know me? How? How? What have I done? He goes, you used to stay in West Granton. I goes, that's right, aye. I'm blah blah blah. I goes, oh, I know, you stayed beside, your granny stayed beside me. That's right. He goes, we used to all watch your Kung Fu shows. I'm like, what? This is like 5 years ago. So like from age 11 right up to now, I'm gotta be 56 this year. Anyway, and he was like, brimming with excitement, how exciting it was back then. And he would watch me put on these, no deliberate Kung Fu shows, but arrange on my pals to create scenes, It's almost like you guys making your films. I was doing the same without a camera until a camera came along. I was that fucking crazy on trying to make films. I used to send my mum and dad letters saying, please for Christmas, I know you get me all this magic stuff, and I was quite spoiled as a kid, but I just want a camera, a movie camera. And they're like, nah, you're too obsessed by it, we're not getting you. Dear mum.
Oh, the
I
irony.
would send them fucking letters. They're like, God, stop sending us letters, we stay in the same house.
No, that works. Quite a couple of times I've
That works, you've done it too.
I've gotten in trouble with my parents, and I've always had this funny thing about talking to them, and so sometimes I would go to the computer, I write up all my feelings in one letter, and I'd ask them to come through and read it.
Well, that's good, that's clever. You found your way to communicate.
Well, I don't do it.
Did you get a camera?
I mean, well, not that way. I do. My new camera, I've got a Nikon now. It's like a D5600.
Right.
Yeah, I got that for my graduation. So I asked them for that because they wanted to give me something big to remember my graduation report, and so they were pushing me for weeks, and so you have to have something so that you can remember that you did this thing. I was
see, aye, you're
well,
marking
I'm
that
doing
thing.
this like YouTube like film stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we get a camera? So we went ahead and did that.
So I had the wrong parents, is that what you're telling me? I should have wrote a letter to your parents instead. So I actually went out to my shed and I built, this is going to be quite embarrassing for me to disclose this, but I actually built a wooden camera just to feel something like a camera in my hands. How sad is that? Really would. And it looked great.
It's
But
powerful though. Like
it's
amazing.
like, what the fuck am I doing? I couldn't help but be obsessed by this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And again, when I had my first job, on my first wage, on the first day, I went to the shop and bought a cine camera. The very first time. Fuck food. Buy cine cameras. And that's what I did. I bought this cine outfit and I made Captain Tubby and all these other crazy films.
Well,
Up north.
every time I've gotten a new job, I've always spent the first paycheck on something meaningful.
Aye. But again, it's all your life. I keep on broadcasting to people that I meet, especially young people, saying, imagine you're on your deathbed, right? You look down the staircase of your life. What do you want contained in it? Well, what do you do that? I want a car, eh? I can't know what cars, right? Maybe what house, what holidays, I'll get that. Right? But is that what you want from your life? You've really got to fucking do it, because one day your deathbed will be real. So I've always had that in my head, even as a kid.
God,
So I know even now if I'm in my deathbed, you'll hear screams of laughter. Because it's like, it's been full of fucking interesting mental stuff. But why not?
kind of memento mori mantra.
Something like that. Yeah. You've got to do it. Because you're here only once. What do you want to be? Again, we're in Scotland and we're not meant to have dreams or ambitions. Unless that ambition is to get married, have a house, get a decent job, i.e. A slave for the best part of the day, shitey wage, because you pay it all out in council tax and fucking other taxes and nonsense and pish. And you're that depressed that you fucking go out the weekends and get drunk, and that cycle goes on until you drop. No way, baby. Think different. Do exactly what you want to do. I mean, go against your parents. Your parents are programmed to make you safe. So they want you to be safe. Dad, I want to do that. No, didn't do that. You must fight against your parents' desire to keep you safe and do exactly what you want, because it's your life. Very important.
Yeah.
I try and do that with everybody, because there's a few people I know that do their own thing. It's fantastic. It's really good. And I hate to see people being enslaved into having shite jobs. Well, why are you in that shite job? Because I have to be. No, really. You can do exactly what you want. You just don't know yet. Yeah. So God knows what's in store for me. I'm just on the track. Keep going. And life has been an absolute cunt to me, personally. But I fought past that and I'm back on top again. Moving on like a fucking Pac-Man in some video game. Extreme ups, extreme downs.
Aye.
They come hand in hand. To a degree. But again, I've got some amazing things fucking planned. It's just hoping I keep the energy up to fucking make them happen.
Yours is one hell of a story, mate.
It is fucking mental. That's just brushing the surface. Again, I don't know really what to come out with. I've got many a tale, some absolute mental stuff, but it's like, right, should I be telling these tales? Or will they be interested? Probably, because they're fucking always on the edge of craziness, or nearly breaking the law, or breaking the law, just to get things done,
It's better than what we've got. We're 22. We're babies.
Well, what do you expect at 22? When I was 22, what was that? Right. I was like learning the guitar at 22. Nothing else. I was making my videos at night, recording bands and trying to make music videos and things. But again, I was just like scratching about, wondering what the fuck am I going to do in my life. Delete that job I've got. Fuck it, I'll change it. I'll tell you this one, it's a wee quick jump off the cinema trail into the world of work. No long though. I used to work in a warehouse where we loaded big containers full of Curry's electrical goods, like fridges and freezers. Every day, turn up, big giant warehouse, a wheelbarrow thing, a barrel, put the fucking fridge on it or the TV, and trolley it along and put it into a back of a big truck and then keep doing that until it's filled. And you fill about 6 big trucks, 40-foot containers per day. It was great because I was quite physically fit. This is great. And I was so bored that I'd be talking all the time, making everybody laugh. And the crew, because they were all alcoholics and fucked, older people. You know what I mean? So I would just think about stuff all the time to keep my brain on the go. I was on fire because I was bored. If I'm bored, dangerous. Because it's the stuff that comes out, it's quite shocking, but entertaining. So anyway, I thought one day, right, I've had enough of this fucking manual labour shit. Loading things into lorries and that. That's not funny. So, it's a big fucking complex. There's offices, and there's a big fucking steam thing that they clean the trucks with. There's a big garage down the bottom where all the mechanics are. So it's a big complex. I was working in a warehouse complex. I thought, right, I'm going to come the cunt and see if I can get away with it. I'm going to invent my own job within the company and see if they'll fall for it. I rebranded myself from a warehouse man into entertainment manager. Right? I'm in a bothy thinking, entertainment manager. How do you start off? You start off with a bang, you start with a party, and then you stick to your fucking job as entertainment manager. Say to everybody, does nobody have socials here? I mind in the old days, like, companies would have like socials, you know, where everybody get dressed up every year and have like a Christmas party and everybody be dressed up and, oh, that's in the past, son, none of that shit happens now. Everybody hates each other. I was okay. I says, I'm putting together a party in the city centre, in the town. I go, are you guys to come for it? And we'll get people from the office and all that, and we'll all have a works night out. I'm organising it. I says, but where are you going to have it? Wherever you want. We'll do a wee pub crawl, end up in a nightclub, whatever. Fucking great. Nobody engineers all that, but I'm a social engineer, so I do that. So I started making posters up. I actually cut off going to the warehouse. I was still getting paid a lot of money. I would go into the offices and use, what are you doing? I said, I'm just doing some posters for a night out. Okay, cool, boom, boom, boom. Blah, 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 entertainment, fucking night out, all over the place, right? And it was a success. Big party, everybody for the work went to the party and they were all pissed and we had a crazy time. So I had a few nights like that and I thought, right, I've cut loose. I'm loose. I'm loose in this complex. I'm not in the warehouse anymore, but I've got to look busy. I'm in the bothy having a sandwich and I heard somebody outside the hut saying, where's that boy? What boy like? That fucking, what's his name with the spiky hair? The fucking, that entertainment's manager. Oh, I sealed the deal. Somebody is calling me an entertainment manager. So I am that. Right? Seriously. So I opened the door. Aye, I'm here. What is it? Aye, fucking think me for the warehouse. Say that you had tickets for a night out. Come and see me in the morning. I'll say, I'll have them ready for you. So I would just go about chatting to folk. Swapping videos. Right? I got them on, you know, you've got the internet now. Back in the day, there was like chat lines on the phone. You had the telephone and there would chat line 0858, blah, blah, blah. And you could talk to gangs of people on and chat up women, basically. So I got all the office staff because I'm a devil. I says, phone this number. All the guys are piss bored in this truck place. They're like, doot, doot. All right, darling, how's it going? Fucking phone bill goes through the roof of the company because everybody's on this chat line, right? But everybody looks busy because they're working like fuck. All the managers are like, that's the team, keep it going, lads. Who's on the phone? Some bird about what, to rent a truck to go to fucking buddy, aye. Let me meet me at the weekend, that's great, aye. Anyway, I had all that and the boss is like, entertainment manager, what's going on? I says, I'm just organising, I've got some videos and that for you. Because that's good, and I was employed because other managers like wanting productions, videos, and I would virtually be a satellite, right? It's an entertainment satellite. And he says, you fancy washing my car? I says, I've not passed my test. Fucking take the car down and wash it on that big blaster thing. Alright. So all day I would eat sandwiches, chat to folk, arrange nights out, and drive the boss's car about the complex. And I even drove big trucks about to wash them and all that. So I created my own job and I thought, right, if I've got that power to goof about in a big company that should be watching me, because I came in with a hangover nearly every day because I was young and out every night, I would come in still drunk, right, with my fucking work piece and my bag and that. I would come in. Now, when you first come into the place I worked in, big giant complex, there's a wee office with a gooseneck mic. And if you press the button on the gooseneck mic, your voice went right round the whole complex on these fucking, okay, speakers, getting these like trumpet speakers that are bolted to the side of the fucking building. And I know this isn't very appropriate at this particular time, mentioning this Radio 1 DJ, but I used to goof about, no, that don't you, man. I was about that then, And I had my Sony Walkman on, so I took my Sony Walkman on, and I did a wee radio show, letting everybody in the area, so they have a bit Jimmy Savile voice, and then we hear like, and this is Nick Kershaw with the riddles. And the whole fucking place would reverberate with Nick Kershaw. And then I would put my headphones back on, jump out the office and walk into work. They're like, what the fuck was that? I had to have these wee things happen to entertain myself because life was incredibly fucking boring. So if it's boring, you've got to excite it. I'll just finish with this killer one. One day I'm working in the place and the mechanics were a bit clever and evil, right? Heard through the system, there's going to be a shares meeting today, so everybody assemble in the office. Assemble in the office. Because the company I was working for went public, so you could buy shares in the company, right? I'm like, this is going to be shite. I'm going to buy fuck all at this place. It's going to the dumps because I'm fucking up. I've got everybody on chat lines and fucking night suit. They're all pissed. They're nobody's doing any work. What am I buying shares in that for? Right, so anyway, we're in this wee office. And these people in suits turn up with a VHS video recorder. Yes, but the company's doing really well. And we want everybody to buy shares. So you guys have got some shares already tucked away for you, but you can buy additional ones to buy into the company. Got a short video to show you about where you can go with the shares. You know, these sort of corporate videos that they put on. The shares this week, pie charts and that. And if you invest in this company, this will happen. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm sitting there waiting for this video to come on. Place is packed. VHS player, old TV, colour, the old tube televisions. And then my eyes looked at the mechanics who were assembled also. And they're like that. I'm like, what the fuck are they smirking at? They're up to something. You know, right, okay. Guy for the shares is like, right, so we're just going to show you a little video about the share index and all what's involved in you guys buying shares. Okay, here we go. And they pressed the fucking VHS thing, and this porno came on.
Oh no.
Didn't forget, we've got all these women for the offices and that. This is all like... The guy couldn't switch the fucking video off. There's a big knob, like, fucking like, shit everywhere. I mean, I was like, where the fuck did you get that? The mechanics are like, blue in the face, trying not to laugh. And the guy's like punching the telly, trying to make it stop, making it worse. And the people were screaming, because some of these old women hadn't seen, you know what I mean? They're in fanny, far less a fucking porno. Anyway, so that was a fucking riot. Big trouble. But I thought, oh, this is good. This feels good. I need things like that to happen on a daily basis. Can the natural comedy in life to come out. Because life is hell of a fucking boring without that. Dangerous nonsense, you know. But things would happen like that all the time. Every day there'd be some kind of mental thing that would happen that I would help create because I was bored. I bet they're glad they got rid of me. The fucking profits go up, but the faces go down. So that was that. And then I broke with that because I wanted to. I thought, I can't. I'm wasting my life here. I'm wasting my life. I should be doing creative stuff. I should be making films and recording music. So I left that post to fucking concentrate on doing it. So, you know, there was long periods of literal starvation while I'm plonking away on a guitar trying to figure out how to record music. Or, you know, with my camcorder, make some films. Horrendous fucking time. Peppered with good times. You know? Now, I've waffled on long enough, young men. How long has that been? Would that constitute a fucking thing?
I think I might, actually. Well, what's...
Well,
a week's worth.
A week's worth. We have like a great. Well, that was the podcast, the Film Digest.
Okay, go for it again. What was that?
Well, that was the Film Digest with myself and Neil. That was our guest Keith.
Special guest Keith Bradley.
Very wonderful stories that he told us. Like very, very hilarious as well.
Can't get this anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Very heartfelt as well. He's currently laughing. We're being very positive about that. So just want to say thank you very much for listening. It was wonderful to be here. I also have Keith on board. But yeah, we should probably do it again next time. Just get some people on board.
Yeah,
and
we
just-
should definitely a couple weeks from now we'll get someone else on air.
Yeah. Any apocalyptic related plans or anything? Just a quick goodbye and that's it.
Cut to the tune.
Oh, okay. Well. Once again, I've been Sean Skillion. That was Neil Thompson. This is the Film Digest. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.